Today is the 50th episode of Diamond Cast, so we thought we'd do something a little bit special for you this time. We have put together a compilation of some of the best bits as voted for by the fans and the band themselves. If you've just joined us, you're very new to Diamond Cast. You get to see a lot of the best bits put together in one bumper episode. If you have followed us all the way from episode 1 or anywhere in between, then thank you so much for the support, and we hope you enjoy this one. Let's get into it.
I like the
It's our 50th episode. It's the 50th episode spectacular.
Woo!
All right!
Yay.
I am coming to you from a place in the future where we have 50 episodes. And it's now. We don't need these anymore. It's the future. So, welcome, Diamond Black, to your 50th episode. This feels like a lot of episodes. Well done.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a bloody lot.
Long in the tooth yet? Or
Don't know. I can't believe I haven't run out of things to talk about, to be honest.
well, we have. That's why we're doing a clip show.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a clip show. Like a cheesy sitcom.
Yeah. So this is a look back on some of the greatest moments of Diamond Cast. Kind of like This Is Your Life. You know, that guy with the big thread binder. But sort of a little bit more, hopefully, rock and roll than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some episodes that the band and some of the fans have suggested, some little clips from each one and some moments that stood out. And then hopefully somehow use that to promote the tour.
We'll try and do a bit of a live reaction because we haven't seen the clips that we've picked.
That's right,
from the ones
yeah.
we suggested ourselves, but we haven't seen. Natalie's made a compilation video which we're going to watch together.
And this is the first time I'm seeing this, so this will be real live reactions. Exactly. Like, what? I can't believe it.
Get some good faces for the thumbnail.
Yeah,
Except
exactly.
you were part of these clips, so you do know that they exist.
Well,
So
yeah,
it's
they
slightly
are.
more like,
They do exist within my cerebral space, but it'll be fun to watch them back like this, and particularly it's like a year's worth of over a year's worth of stuff, and looking at the different haircuts, the different t-shirts, the vests, sometimes no vest, scarves.
Oh, it's always the best.
backgrounds, like your spaces have changed as well, so that might be
Like some of the moving around different places.
I don't think I had a Dalek at the beginning.
Exactly,
No.
developments.
Have you guys ever watched back any of the early ones?
Only when we were just looking through for clips and stuff, so I haven't really properly gone back to
So you
the
did
first.
do it for this thing.
So I have to watch. I have to be in them and then edit them and then do all the stuff. So I watched them 3 times in a row every time. So I've seen them
But
enough.
you haven't gone back over.
Oh, no,
over
no,
a
I've seen
year
them enough.
And what about you, Vincent?
No, unfortunately,
Not at
no.
all.
I haven't
Not
watched
at all.
any. No.
cool.
Okay, right. So have we got a show for you? This is more of a show for you guys.
That show for us, yeah.
So actually what happened is we asked on the Discord a couple of weeks ago if anyone's got some special favourite moments, and people did go back and watch some of them and suggest them. So thanks very much for everyone who did that, and thanks even more to the people who put timestamps on it. Ben, you gave me timestamps for everything, which was great.
Spreadsheet.
So yeah, spreadsheets come up in this quite a lot. So without further ado,
Okay.
the first thing I'm going to do is put the very first thing we ever said,
Okay.
which was now the first 7 episodes we did were live. So there was a lot of us getting used to
I love cock-ups.
do it. None of us had done podcasts before, so we were trying to work those out. But also there was a live chat going on, so people were interacting with us at the time as we were talking about things at the same time. And I know that we've done a couple of live episodes special since then, and you know that they're slightly more longer, slightly more challenging to do, slightly more nerve-wracking because we have to not mess it up and not have any dead air. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to it, and we did this every week on a Sunday night for 7 weeks in a row. So this is the very first thing we ever did on a podcast, or the first thing we ever said. It's a very short clip. I'm just going to give it to you.
Live react.
Ready?
Okay, first ever clip.
Okay. Hello. Welcome, Diamond Black. We've got a great show for you tonight. Vincent's just back off the tour with Pendragon. Adam will tell you about the exciting new YouTube show that we have been preparing for you. And Ben has been working with some fan favourite artists as well as new Diamond Black songs. And Paulette's back.
I don't know if you guys can see, but she's just back here by this guitar.
Sinister.
Stoic and austere manner at the moment, so there's not much dancing around going on.
Well, there you go.
That was the first bit ever. Wow.
Straight in with Paulette talk.
It's such a big coincidence because I just got back from Pendragon tour 2 days ago.
All comes around. It's all meant to be.
15. Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought I looked weird with black hair.
Yeah. But that was the opening. Wow, cool. Nice.
So yeah, no, that was the first thing that you ever said, right? It was about Paulette.
Good,
as it should be. In a sort of slightly stoic and austere manner at the moment, so there's not much dancing around going on.
There you go. That was literally the first thing you ever said.
Well, that's as it should be. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, and people were saying like we miss Paulette.
Yeah.
Probably because that's the first thing they ever got introduced to. Which is mad series. So there you go.
Very
Next.
good. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so this is one Ben selected.
Are you going to bring that little sloth?
Yeah, I've got
I'm not talking about Vincent.
I've got a toy sloth that can go in the microwave. And he comes on tour with us.
You've got a sloth?
Yeah.
It's got a purpose, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's cuddly and practical. See, like all my answers have a practical basis.
Has he got a name?
No, well, his name's Slothy, but I've got like 10 different sloth toys, and they're all called Slothy. It's just like standard name for a sloth. All my other cuddly toys have got individual names, but sloths are all Slothy. It's like they're part of a cult or something.
What do you call a group of sloths? This isn't a joke, by the way.
A lethargy of sloths.
Nice.
Like a murder of crows.
Yeah. A snooze of sloths. A meander of sloths.
What are you taking with you, man?
So you can't be like, I'm going to take along my fun gonk, and I'm going to take along my hang glider, and I'm going to take along all my hats. I've got a packing list, right? And it's subcategorized into different areas. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this now. So you've got like clothes, in our case, like work stuff you would take in your rucksack, etc. And so what I do is I'll make the list the night before the packing, and I make it when I'm in like a really kind of cogent state of mind. So that when I wake up the next day and I'm all tired and freaked out, I can just follow the list because the list was made by a version of me that was really compass mentis. I just trust the list. So yes, there is a list. I will disappoint you that it's actually handwritten out. It's not a spreadsheet.
Ooh, risky. What if you lose it? Yeah. Spreadsheets mention number one.
Right, there should be some bingo going on for this, shouldn't there?
Yeah.
Started the bingo at the beginning, yeah. I make sure we get the bingo card.
Oh, yeah. On Discord, there's probably someone can upload a bingo card.
Amazing.
More importantly, what are you taking with you on tour this time?
Me.
This is the question to all of you.
Oh, well, Slothy's coming again. He just came out.
Probably bring Paulette and we can try and arrange some sort of meet and greet photo op for the fans.
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Because get your photo taken with Paulette. Could be a really good opportunity.
Not Ben, just Paulette.
No one's interested in that. They're only interested in the Big P.
What about in terms of planning and bringing with you? You can't take all your hats. You mentioned, Ben. Are you all prepared for what you're taking with you? I know, Vincent, you've just come back from a tour. Ben, you were away for the weekend, weren't you, on tour?
Yeah.
So do you have that already set in your bag? Are you just going to take the same bag? Are you going to take something special for Diamond Black? Adam, are you taking your silver poncho?
No, because you're wearing it.
Well, there's a slightly different packing list. And so what I've done, brilliant, is I keep the packing list because there are different sort of trips, different bands, different lists, different needs. And but you will be happy to know that yesterday I bought a new fan, a travel fan, which specifically, rather than taking this rather cumbersome thing that I took with me before, I brought this new specifically used for travel. Hopefully it won't be as disappointing as the one that we got at the services on the way to France. But it looks pretty.
You haven't actually got it yet.
No, it should be arriving today or tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. And so got a new fan, got a new travel pillow, because I have a terrible habit of leaving travel pillows places, particularly because I just like have it behind me and then I'll just get up and leave the vehicle or the plane and it's just there. Probably about like 17 of them over the last couple of years. So new travel pillow, new fan. It's all about comfort.
Very nice.
It's all about comfort. Vincent, what about you?
Let me unmute. I'm going to be picking the exact same things I normally bring on tour. The only difference, I guess, is my drum kit is a little bit smaller than this one. So I probably won't even take the drum kit because we're using the headliner's drum kit. But as for everything else, it's exactly the same. I think it just makes everything easier, simple and straightforward.
Do you kind of have a bag half packed most of the time, Vincent? Like the suitcase is just there, and sometimes you'll come back and you kind of won't unpack some stuff because you know you're going to need it again in a week's time?
No, I always unpack everything, but I have a list. I always have a list. I just follow the list, and like I said, if it's a smaller tour, I just don't bring them. It just makes things easier, and always number one is the passport.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to forget that, would you?
Yeah. Even if
No, we wouldn't, would we, Adam?
Exactly. Well, even if we're playing in the UK, I still bring my passport just in case.
Oh, that's cool, man. Just in case some mysterious reason to leave the UK, like a zombie invasion happens, and you've got your passport ready to go, even if you just go around the UK. That's very interesting. I never thought of that.
I always mean to have a list, but then I just get Natalie to do all the packing, because she likes packing. So.
This is your least favourite subject, isn't it, Adam?
Yeah, I hate. Oh, it's up there with the weather forecast.
Wow.
I hate talking about packing because I pack on like the night before I have to leave, where Natalie packs like 2 weeks before we have to leave somewhere.
Wow. Organise.
With a list. I have a list like you, yeah.
I just figure out the night before.
I can't do Adam's way at all. I can't do that. I have to know that everything's not, doesn't need a wash and it's all ready to go and I've got, enough outfits for the amount of time we're going to be there and all that stuff. So you don't want to turn up and have like 10 pants and no tops.
Yeah, well, I figured that out the night before.
There you go. All right.
Well.
So that was episode 4. Okay, so we're still doing a live one. So this now is episode 31. And episode 31, we were editing them. And episode 31 comes up a lot in this compilation, actually.
Oh, does it?
Got loads of good stuff. Episode 31 is actually one of the most informative ones. And I think what we did then is we did a lot of questions from fans about creativity and how you get into music and stuff like that.
Was it Musicians' Mental Health Month or something? Was that different?
I think it might have been, yeah. Maybe.
Cool.
I think so. Okay, so this is one of Adam's. So you suck at first, but then you get good. What would you tell your younger self about?
Yeah, well, what I would say is it's sort of advice. It's sort of like more an observation I've learned as being a musician over the years. And it sort of applies to anything creative or anything you want to learn. As I say, like when you start playing any instrument, you suck, right? And you really suck. And like in 6 months after playing it, you're still going to really suck, but you don't suck as much as you did 6 months ago. And you have to notice that, oh, okay, well, I might be rubbish now. I can't play a guitar like I want to or whatever, but you can play better than you could 6 months ago. And you have to recognize these little improvements and little milestones. And it's the same with business and everything. You have to make sure you positively think, oh, and then 6 months' time, I'll be even better than I am now. And then a year's time, I'll be even better. So you have to notice your progress, even though you're not where you want to be. And that's something you can really apply to your life in general, I think. Don't be beaten down and give up. It's just because you're not where you want to be. Notice, as long as you put the time and effort in, you will get better at it. And so I think
that's brilliant. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's that touches on something that I was leaning towards, which is to celebrate the victories along the way.
Yeah.
Take time to go, oh, great, we've achieved this thing, I've achieved this thing. Let's just take a little bit of time to enjoy it. And I love what you said, Adam, about how you created a wall of achievements.
Yeah.
Of every time that you crossed a threshold in some way, you literally put it on the wall and say, this is something that I've done. So that not only are you celebrating it, but you've actually got it around you.
And so you don't forget as well, because, when we're doing a business, there's so many little micro tasks you do to get a business running, but that you forget them all, like a year down the line or whatever. And then you look back and you're like, things aren't going great or whatever. But then you'd be like, oh, look, all these things I've done. So remembering, the journey and noticing improvement. I think it's really helpful.
It's funny because I actually had a conversation with a friend about this, exactly what you were saying, Adam, because at that time he was feeling a little bit down. And I kind of told him, all the accomplishment that he's achieved in the past few years and how he got to where he is now. And, I guess it's like what you said, kind of like appreciating what you've accomplished and appreciating and reflecting on your progress, even though might not be
projecting forward, being like, exactly. Then imagine if I carry on practicing at this rate, what I'll be like in a year's time. So it's like that kind of like, I like recognizing your achievement and
absolutely
projecting forward. Yeah. So that's what I
very
did.
good.
And that's what I did. So that's why I'd say it to my own self. That was very informative. Quite in a meta way, we're recognising our journey by doing this clip show episode.
That's good. Yes.
What do you think? What do you think of your because you all had a bit of advice in that one to give. So what do you think of it now?
Brief moment of sensibleness, which I thought was quite helpful. Some good advice. I think we're all in agreement on that. That's a good way to think about things.
Well,
it's
kind of the only way to think about things, because otherwise you're never ever going to be happy, because you're always thinking about what you haven't done and what you want to do rather than appreciating this particular moment. I think that's kind of a point for life in general, to have that. And it's really hard because we're kind of conditioned not to be like that, to always think about what we want next, and we'll only be happy when we're this, or we have this, or we've been here, or we've achieved such a thing. But we've already done loads of things, all of us now, that once we couldn't imagine we would ever do. And it's like it's important to remember them and appreciate them.
Bosh.
Okay, now on the subject of being reflective, this was suggested to me by many people. This is the famous Be the Sock clip from episode 32. So I think it was still Musicians Mental Health Month, and let's just play it. Any new healthy habits you've picked up recently?
If I catch myself feeling anxious or panicked or doing things really fast, like, right, got to do this next thing now, I'd say to myself, okay, slow down, be calm. And I read this thing about, if you want to be calm, think about a burgundy sock.
Burgundy sock?
A burgundy sock, just like lying on the floor, and think of yourself as the burgundy sock. I don't know. That was what the guy that we said.
There must be a reason for it.
I only wear red socks, so there's quite a lot of them around my house.
So burgundy is specifically different to red.
Oh, that's a shame. Otherwise, calm.
I think I'd go with green. I think green's a calmer colour. Maybe I'll go with green sock. So think of the green sock. Think of yourself as the green sock, which is just like lying. And something like that really helps me have that visualization of I'm just the green sock.
It just annoy me though, because I'd be like, why is there a sock on the floor? I need to tidy up.
But you're not looking at the sock. You are.
I am the sock. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You are the sock.
I'd be like, where's my mate gone? Why is just me on my own? Where's my other sock?
No, he's abandoned you. He's left you. That's why it's calm, because you don't have to deal with him anymore.
That's true. You've gone out on your own. You're independent. The green sock by yourself.
All my socks are independent.
Yeah. Have you ever heard Sock Manager?
No.
Sock Manager is a German creation where there are these little clips, these little plastic clips that when you put your socks into the washing machine, you clip them together with Sock Manager, and it means that when they come out again, they're still together.
Okay. German efficiency,
right? Is it just a peg?
Yeah. It's like a little plastic clip.
I know.
And someone gave me a set of Sock Managers for my birthday once.
It's like the best present for you, isn't it? Did you get socks as well?
Yeah, exactly. No socks, just the manager.
Yeah, and so this tube of these clips, and on the top it said Sock Star.
Nice.
So and
a pun as well.
Yeah, brilliant. So it's all
the
there.
The only thing that's missing is a spreadsheet. It would have been like your dream Christmas.
It's very funny. That's very funny.
I'm particularly interested to hear what Vincent has to say, because you weren't in there about being the sock.
And Sock Manager. Vincent, would you ever have a Sock Manager?
To be honest, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay,
so lost.
Ben imagines himself. Ben imagines a burgundy sock on the floor. Do you want to explain it?
Maybe explain it again, and I won't
Yeah. Okay. So it was this idea that when you feel if you feel really, really tense, you just imagine yourself as something that's really not tense. A good example is a sock, just a sock lying on the floor. It's just this really limp piece of atoms. And so when you're really tense, you just think of the sock. And that's just a mental way of trying to...
It's definitely mental.
Definitely mental.
Yeah. of trying to like de-stress yourself, thinking of yourself as a sock. And we were talking about what color it would be. Red perhaps being too like aggressive. Maybe it should be more of a cool green or a pale blue. And then, Vincent, we talked about Sock Manager, which is a real German invention where there are these little clips that look a little bit like a lens cap, actually. And then you basically clip your two socks onto this, the pair, and then you put it into the washing machine. So when you bring it out, the two socks are still together. They haven't been separated. And you don't have to then like go through all your socks and pair them up. Now, I think you'd like that, Vincent, because it would give you more time for drumming.
I don't know, because I understand your explanations, but I feel like we're in a different dimension here. I don't do any of those things. I don't think any of those. So fair enough. Okay, fair play. You do those things, but I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Can I?
Different worlds.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is surprising because we've known each other for a long time, and I only found out about this thing, So
you've just found something new about Ben that you didn't know before.
Yeah, and we stayed in many, many, many rooms together. And
you never see the Sock Manager come out?
No, I've never seen it.
Well, just maybe
he was doing it, but I didn't see it. I don't know.
Maybe I was thinking about being a sock just before I went to sleep, and so that was helping me to relax. And you didn't know because I wasn't like, Vincent, I'm thinking about being the sock now. Just say...
It's something you do privately in your own head. You don't let people know. It's an outside.
Exactly.
There you go. Every day's a school day. Right. Yeah. Now we're going all the way to episode 43, which is not very long ago, so we've changed a bit more. This is one of Ben's picks. Calm, it's my success.
Very simply, calm is my success. Okay.
Sorry, Adam, I cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I noticed I like our hairstyle changes as we go through these, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No,
this one's quite recent.
Let's shout out about the hairstyle changes. They're all great.
So a lot of us measure our success about how much did we do today? How much did we achieve today? How many tasks did we do? And for me, that can create a lot of stress if I don't get enough done. And even when I'm doing the tasks, I feel guilty about the ones I'm not doing. And I complete a task and there's no sense of like, oh, great. I'm like, shit, what's next? And so it's sort of taking the joy sometimes out of the achievement of it. So if this idea of calm is my success was, if you can look back on your day and go, was I calm today? Was I grounded today? Did I sleep well last night? Those should be our measures of success, not how many tasks did we achieve. And if you start trying to think in that way, and you start letting yourself have rest, have breaks, take time to see your friends, socialize, because all these things are so important as part of your work, you generally work better if you feel calmer. Okay. And working better also means if you've made connections, you haven't just sat in your office or your studio all day on your own for 8 hours. Maybe if you've done half that amount of time in the studio, but you spent the other time being outside, seeing your friends, making connections, watching a film, you're actually going to do better work. We've all felt burned out, haven't we? When we're just like grinding to try and get that last task done. It's not enjoyable anymore. To some degree, maybe we're not doing our best work. And then we sleep badly because we've had a really stressful day, and then we go, shit, I've got to do more to do tomorrow. So calm is my success. I think it's something that I'm really going to try and get the pipe out, put into practice.
Very good,
That's a really good point, Ben. I think that I should apply that in my own life. Not get too stressed about things. Because sometimes I get worked up and just stay in my studio for literally 8 hours doing something, recording something. But maybe I should try and go out a little. Actually, sometimes I do that anyway. I go to speak to people, but maybe you'll try and do it a lot more than normal.
If you grounded yourself in those first few hours by feeling in control, feeling calm, then when you do sit down at your desk, you've got a good foundation to then build the rest of your day on, rather than, oh my God, I've only been awake 10 minutes and I'm already like answering emails.
Interesting.
Adam, you weren't there. What's your...
I knew you were going to ask me that. Well, this is going to be another one of those points where me and Ben are completely opposite ends of the scale on what we think. I think banging out as many tasks as I possibly can and getting a lot of stuff done is what I deem as successful. Not just being calm, but either way, whatever makes you more productive, I think.
Vincent, what's your thoughts on that?
Looking back, I think I haven't really changed. I'm still, working in the studio. I think I liked it. I like it being in the studio. I like being, productive and doing something. And maybe, I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's just one of those things I always want to do. Just be productive, be in the studio, do something, do some drumming, come up with parts, whatever. I like it. It's no one's forcing me to do it. I just want to do it.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't stress you out. So you are sort of calm at the same time.
Yeah.
So based on calm being success, does that how successful have you been since episode 43?
Are you asking me?
All of you.
I mean, pretty good. Oh yeah, pretty good actually. We've got organised, got this whole tour coming up. Got an EP coming up. We've done loads of stuff. Done loads of recording.
You've actually done a lot of stuff, but because it's stuff that you enjoy doing, you
well, I don't do anything I don't enjoy doing. Otherwise,
you don't enjoy doing it.
I don't. Apart from this.
Well, the challenge is that even though certainly for me, even though I enjoy doing a task, say I'm recording vocals for something, if I've allotted an amount of time to do it because that's when I can fit it in, I'm still going to get stressed when there's only 20 minutes left. I'm only on verse 2.
Very, very time regimented though with how you organise your day.
Yeah, and I think the way that I've in some ways managed to get a better handle on that is by not trying to go, right, so between 10 and 12, I'm going to complete that song. I'll go instead, between 10 and 12, I'm going to work on that song and not set this unrealistic expectation that then stresses me out. It's like, okay, that's when I'm going to work on it and I'll do as much as I can in a quality manner and then I'll stop at 12 and that's okay. And I think that's helped me create a better sense of calm by putting those expectations lower and actually giving myself time in the day to go, that's when I'm going to go for a walk for half an hour because that's a good thing to do. Even though technically I don't have to do it, that is probably helpful to me to get some space and just get some more perspective on stuff. So I think, that's rather than saying that's when I'm going to complete that task, that's when I'm going to do some work on that task has been a good development for me.
Why did you pick this one as one of your favourite standout moments?
Because it was such a light bulb for me when I read about this concept of I've been living my entire life measuring it on how many things have I done. That's what success is. But feeling stressed and feeling burned out and feeling anxious. And it's like, well, then what's the point in even being alive if I just feel really shit all the time? Even if I can go, well, I did loads of stuff. Yeah, but then I'll die and I've had like a really miserable life. So it got a bit deep, didn't it?
I know why you like that one. Because I wasn't there taking the piss all the time.
Yeah, so I could actually say stuff. But yeah, so I think that's it's been a bit of a light bulb for me, and I've been really trying to implement it since episode 43.
Nice,
great, well done. So we're going to go back one before that now, episode 42, to Fall Into the Silence Day, and this is a fan favourite.
Oh, cool! Thanks, fans.
Happy Fall Into the Silence Day!
Hooray! Hey, wait, I've got sound effects. Is this live? Oh, the soundboard. I've got the soundboard.
I see some comments about soundboard. Yes, if the soundboard, because I see some comments about soundboard. Tell us what you want Adam to add to the soundboard. I can hear myself twice. Sorry, that's why I was just.
All right, so I managed to already throw this thing on a tangent.
Oh, I managed. There you go.
Talking about
I've got the goals.
And well done.
So there we go. That was a live episode, wasn't it?
It was a live episode, yeah. And people liked that one because they could interact with us and they could talk to us. And I didn't know what to pick out of it. I just picked that one out because it had soundboard in it. People liked the soundboard.
Oh, yeah. Soundboard.
And it was obviously live because I kept cocking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really good day because it was everyone had they had Fall Into the Silence came out. Then we did the live episode later on, and so people had like 2 or 3 touch points because it was the single came out in the midnight, then the video came out in the morning, and then the episode in the evening. So or whatever it was for your time schedule, but there were 3 touch points for Diamond Black that day, and people really liked that, and they were really looking forward to it, and they had a really good time. So yeah,
because the video came out in the morning, and we did a live chat.
Yeah, so they had time to listen to it and stuff.
That's fun.
And then everyone sort of felt like, we're all in this together because we're in the chat together, and
Yeah.
it was really fun. It was really good.
I like doing the live ones. It's just it's hard for us to all get together at the same time and align the schedules.
Well, I'm glad today wasn't live because of having to get all the sound sorted out.
Yeah. Well, people won't know about how long it took
won't
us to
know.
get ready today.
No, we did it straight away.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Fall into Silence Day was a great day. I just wanted to remind people about how great it was. Cool. Now, this one's a classic. Everyone mentioned this one.
Was probably the 7th or the 8th song. So I sent him the drum tracks. It was roughly mixed. And then he left me a voice message. So I had to listen to it. And he was saying like, yeah, the drums sound good, but it's all over the place. I was thinking, fuck, what do you mean all over the place? I was saying, I'm pretty sure I played it really well. For me, it sounds really tight. So I gave him a call. I said, Jaani, I got your message. Not really sure what you mean all over the place, because I'm pretty sure I played really tight on this one. It sounds really good in my ear. And he was laughing. He said, no, I'm sorry. I'm not Ben. I can't explain things properly. He actually meant the levels, because I when I send you guys a mix, it's a rough mix.
Yeah.
So the kick drum might be too loud, but that's just for reference. I wanted the kick drum to be loud so Adam can hear it or you guys can hear it, because it's a kick snare. So normally the kick and snare should be loud, and then everything else. So that's what he meant. I thought he meant, it's all over the place. Like my playing was all over the place. So I was like, oh, what are you talking about? That was a little. Sorry.
Yeah, do you know, it's another really great one. We were doing this start of this verse, and we were doing it sort of over and over again. And he just went, "This is boring." I was like, what? The song, my voice, everything, sitting here doing this recording? What's boring? Yeah, exactly. We're just like an 8-year-old. This is boring. But he had a point, because what would happen was that we were just sort of doing the same melody every time. So we just said, let's do a little shift. Let's change it up. But same sort of thing, Vincent, that his very kind of blunt response, rather than it being me, like, I absolutely love what we're doing here. Perhaps we should try and add a few more flavours to give it a little bit more pizzazz. It's like, this is boring.
That's like my feedback.
Yeah.
I like how Ben's feedback is basically C3PO.
Yes. That was a good observation, Nat.
That's quite true as well. That was the beginning of this year, right? And so since then, we've been working with Jaani for about 6 months now on doing our album. So got a bit more used to each other's feedback.
I think it's interesting the contrast between how Ben and Vincent received Jaani's feedback as well. That's why the build up to the story has to come from Vincent's feedback that he got compared to the feedback that Ben got, which is quite funny. So So on the subject of Jaani, I'll put a couple more in about him just because it needs to be shown.
Okay, sweet,
nice.
So did you fix the boring thing?
Well, I guess time will tell. When if people just turn off the song at that point, I guess we didn't. If it sends people to sleep in verse 2, then I guess it's still boring.
Are we know what song it is?
I can't exactly remember. If I properly go back and think what was it that was happening on, I will remember. I will remember.
Vincent, did your drum fill? Did it sort out?
Well, if it was all over the place, like he said, he should have fixed it by now. He's the engineer, so fucking fix it. No, I'm just kidding, but it wasn't all over the place. I'm confident it was tight, so he met the levels. It was fun.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like you said that he doesn't give feedback the way that Ben does. Like he's more, in a different manner, and then the way he gives feedback to Ben is just very, very.
Well, I took it as a compliment because when I reflected upon it, I recognised that he felt safe with me to be that blunt because he knew I wasn't going to blow up and go, "What the hell do you mean it's boring?" He knew I would go, "Okay, what do you mean? Let's talk about it." And I think that's quite complimentary, actually, that he felt safe to be like that.
Yeah, very much so. When you get to a point with that with people, when you're working with them, I think you've equilibrium of safe working. Okay, so I added a bit more from Jaani, episode 22.
And we've been really laughing here because of some of the drum fills. Like, they are so crazy. And we're just looking at each other like, where did you find this guy? It's just like...
It sounds like you're quite, blunt and honest, Jaani, when you give Ben feedback and when you collaborate together.
Yeah, but that's why it's working so well, because he trusts me. Because I always tell him directly what I'm thinking about. So we trust each other so much. So it's so fast also. And he knows that, I only want best for him and all for this song. So it's like, I want to love every song in the album. And I really, really do. And I feel bad if I don't love it. And then we talk about it, like, how can we make it work better? Because it's also like of course it's, when a person writes a song, you fall in love with the song for many different kind of reasons. It could be because of the lyrics, or it could be from something from your past. It's something that influenced you when you were 15 or something. And I don't know that, It's like, okay, this part sounds like Ben Rock. It's because you were listening to all these horrible bands that, And then we talk about it, like, can we make it a bit darker and add some emotions there maybe? And then we start blending all the influences from, from different directions. We're trying to combine beautiful things with more dirtier and dangerous things, and lo-fi and hi-fi and dry and wet, in a way. And I think it's like we're working with different kind of dimensions and layers in the music. It's like, maybe it's because we're so mixed up guys, that nothing's clear and easy. We need to mix things up a bit. Like, there's always something wrong.
Very good. Good feedback, isn't it? I like your hair in that one, Natalie.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I think I picked that bit up because it was a glimpse into kind of the recording and the working process that you guys have, and what Ben mentioned earlier about trust being really important, and Jaani kind of echoes that. And also it's funny.
Yeah, and it's so brilliant. Like, all these horrible bands you like, it's fair that he hates them, and that's okay, because there's a constructive reason why he's hating on them. On the Ben Rock, so
I forgot that phrase,
because we're getting to a different place, a place that's more suitable for this band through navigating our way through the Ben Rock.
But it's not to discount the Ben Rock, because actually the Ben Rock influences play a huge part in the final sound that you come up with.
The starting point, isn't it? It's the Ben Rock. The Ben Rock.
Yeah.
The Ben Rock.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, that's really good. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. So we're still on the subject. Actually, we're talking still about Jaani, and we got Chris Harms to join the podcast because he was featured in Venom.
Chris Harms of Lord of the Lost fame.
Chris Harms of Lord of the Lost fame. Yes.
For those who don't know,
Jaani, the producer, who's friends with 69 Eyes as well, said, "Oh, out of nowhere, said, I just sent this to Timo and asked him to write a guitar riff for it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And so he came back with the lead guitar riff that is sort of the main sort of melodic hook on the track. And Jaani had said to him, write something that's a bit kind of like the Cult sort of thing, and then we'll put that on the track. And so he sent that over, and he also sent over some arpeggio clean guitars for the verses as well. And so it was something that Jaani just sort of decided to do, and we're really glad that he did.
It's interesting how often things circle back to the musical cosmos of you, me, Jaani.
Yeah.
When all this started in 2010, in I think February 14th or 13th in Helsinki at Nosturi at the Trash Fest. We were put together in this all-star band. You and me and Jaani, plus Jaani's bass player and Jacko. And then we were playing some songs. I think one of the Cult actually, but the other one was like, I remember Monkey Business.
Yeah, so we did a Skid Row cover, and that was the first time that we actually met. But you were also playing as Lord of the Lost on that festival.
Yes. I was. So was Jaani with this band, but this is where we met, and since then we've done so many things together, and many different projects. Jaani even did co-writes for German-speaking artists. So some of his songs where he was writing, which didn't have a project or a band, I showed to some German artists I'm producing. They were like, "That's lovely, but I need to rewrite the lyrics because I'm singing in German." And one of these guys, he's 75 now. He's a German legend. And Jaani co-wrote 2 tracks on his last album. We just performed one of these songs on our own festival at Lordfest together with this artist on stage. And so there's a whole lot of Jaani everywhere, whatever.
Okay.
Excellent.
There was some great stuff there. What I particularly liked was the German accuracy of February the 14th or 13th. He knew exactly when it was 15 years ago. I thought that was particularly impressive.
Do you reckon he's got a sock organizer or whatever it's called?
Sock manager?
Sock manager, yeah.
They probably have Lord of the Lost sock managers that they've created as
Did you say it
merch.
was a German company that made them?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good
Lord of the
question for
Socks.
Chris.
Right.
Lord of the Socks.
Right.
So on the subject of tidying one's socks, Ben's another Ben favourite from episode 26. This is a little bit further on from the Chris Harms podcast, which is tidy desk equals tidy mind.
Oh, we were talking last week about getting yourself in a headspace for Ben getting himself in like the right headspace for singing. And I was thinking about myself. I don't need to get so much in the right headspace. I need to get in the right physical space, which is weird. I have to really like the environment I'm in really affects my like how I don't know much I enjoyed being creative. So I have to have like, as you can see from my background, I've got a very nice studio set up, and I have to have everything like tidy and organized and label all my things before I could start. So I've got like I know where everything is. I'm organized physically, and then I can get down to like performance and stuff. It becomes better. So I sort of clear my physical space rather than my head space to get recording.
Well, the two are inextricably linked, aren't they? If you look around and everything's in its place, it makes you feel. Well, certainly makes me feel calmer and more like I'm in control of my environment.
Yeah.
What
and
about you,
quite
Vinny?
creative as well. You know, it's like a
because
for me,
like Vinny, what's
having a deadline kind of forced me to fucking get in my right headspace.
Man, I think you live in that room that you're in, though. So it's
Yeah.
very nice. That's true. Actually, I spent the weekend with my best friend here.
The label maker.
Yeah, labeling all the plugs. We wire and all most of the stuff. So nothing's changed.
Excellent. That's good. That's good. And Vinny,
I'm sorry.
No, sorry, Nat, go on.
No, carry on.
I just thought that was a really good insight from Adam about the importance of your space and how that has an effect on your mental state.
Also, what you're writing as well, because I take my laptop out with me and I write some work on music in the pub or whatever. If I like to go to like a rock bar if I'm working on like a heavy metal song or a punk song. I think the environment I'm in really affects what kind of comes out with me.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Episode 35. So this one, I actually have no idea what this is. So
neither do I. Hey, even though it's my favourite. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, because sometimes if I've got like something I really don't want to do, the worry about doing it is worse than the actual task. And so if I put it off, then I'm like, oh God, I've got to do this thing. It's really horrible. And then when you've done it, it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. What did I spend so much time worrying about it for? So it's like,
if you can do it, if you have the capability of doing it today,
set on a certain date, but like, doing especially like tedious things like for the companies or business and stuff. Like you get it out of the way, and then you can do more enjoyable things afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's like really.
So it depends what your way of working is, I guess. Well, stick by that.
Vincent, what do you think? You weren't there.
Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today.
Oh yeah, absolutely agree with that. I actually wanted to, if I have work as much as possible, I want to finish if I can. I want to finish most of it today. or as soon as possible. I don't know, maybe sometimes because, when I go to sleep, when I go to bed, I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking, oh man, maybe I should have done this, I should have done that. And, instead of doing that, maybe I should just finish the whole thing and get as much work as possible.
Is that so you have more time for drumming?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can, if you've got stuff to do, it interferes with your ability to enjoy the drumming if you're going for a drumming day?
It depends. It depends on what I'm doing, I guess. It depends also which one is kind of more important. And obviously some things take priority, and I have to prioritize some other things. So it depends on what I'm doing, I guess.
Yeah, I think what I picked up on that time, Adam, was that when there's something that perhaps one is worried about doing, that you actually end up extending the lifespan of it by not doing it. So that rather than doing it on the Monday, and then you're thinking about it all week, and so you're actually giving it more power by not doing it. So yeah, that's a really, really nice point about just getting the thing done and it turning out to be nothing like what you thought it was going to be in terms of the catastrophe that you created in your mind.
I think I was specifically thinking about getting a blood test when I was talking about that at that time, because I needed to get a blood test and I was really worried about it, and then it's like everything's fine. So I was like, why was I worrying about this for so long? And I put it off, and I was like, I better go eventually. And then when I went, there's nothing wrong, so it's all good.
Yeah, great example, perfect example, really. Because had you not gone or just put it off for ages, then it just would have lived with you for longer and longer, extending the lifespan of this thing that's polluting.
And if there is something wrong as well, you want to find out. So
to sort it out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a good one.
Its health. Yeah, but there's other stuff it works as well, like making phone calls that you don't want to make. Or
definitely.
But if you get them out of the way. And often they can come out more fruitful. For example, you could get extra money off your internet bill.
That's what I did yesterday.
Nice.
Sorry, we just took a little break. And I had to change my outfit because it was incredibly hot wearing the silver poncho.
So imagine what it's like on stage.
I was going to say, how did you wear that on stage at Hellfest? In June at Hellfest?
Yeah. That was
I can't even make it through an episode of Diamond Cast.
It's
you made me turn my fan off.
I spin around in a circle when I'm playing bass to try and get a bit of breeze.
Oh, was that where you're spinning around? Doesn't it make you hotter because you're exerting more energy?
I don't know. You don't really think about it.
So anyway, I threw the Misery t-shirt on instead.
Nice.
So I hope that's sufficient. Sorry, poncho fans.
It's all right. They had some of it. Don't they space people use metal shiny stuff to retain heat?
Yeah, but not knitted out of wool.
Yeah, I think it's just painted silver. It's not like space grade, but maybe.
Yeah, foil might be better. It's not foil, though, is it? When you do the marathon and they put the.
Oh
yeah. Cool. So we are back in after the break. Episode 35, the Sad Chord. This is one from Ben's. How do you channel your misery into writing songs that become anthems that other people can then use to channel themselves out of their misery?
Well, I've got something to show you. Can you guys hear this, or is it cutting off?
Yeah, I can hear it.
We can hear it, yeah.
Okay, so there's a chord sequence that I really like to use, regardless of what key we're in, because I think it's the saddest two chords you can put together, certainly in a rock kind of way, which is going from this one to... So you're going from to this.
What are those chords?
So in this key, it's D minor, saddest of all keys, and G minor. So you get, so in Sorrow it does that. Desperation and lies are slowly fading the skies, and words are so you've got that kind of really, really sad feeling on it. And Venom also does that on the chorus, but in a different key. So it's fears drag you down to where you've never been so lost. So I found that chord change just makes a really sad feeling. It's really useful to use if you're writing something that has an emotional weight to it. And you hear that a lot of. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. That's just a good one.
Yeah. Because what happens is a lot of bands will often use the pattern where they go from, say, the D to the B flat. It's it usually uses in a emotional or kind of that kind of feel. But I find if you then take it down to the even further there, it creates that real sadness. So you've got And then, I find that to be one of the most emotional kind of chord changes. I learned it from a band called Catatonia off of one of their records, and it
with a K.
Cat with a K, not with a C.
Right.
The Swedish goth band Catatonia, and it was when I first heard it and really noticed it. It almost had a physiological response to like, that's so sad. I could physically feel how sad that is. So yeah, I was like, definitely going to use that. That went on the fridge list.
Yeah. The bread. What's it?
The bread sheet. That was the bread sheet.
Spreadsheet. Spreadsheet mentioned again.
Forgot about the bread sheet.
That's quite cool. I've realised by watching these back that I laugh in the same place watching them back that I do when
I wondered why that was in stereo.
Double laughing. Very nice Sad Chord.
Yeah, good musical inspiration observation. In fact, the secret song on the EP uses that sequence as well. So,
oh, really? Does it?
Yeah. The chorus,
There's a secret song on the EP, is there?
Yes, but more on that another time.
Next episode. Next episode,
all the secrets will be revealed.
Yes. Okay, teaser.
Vincent, any comments on the Sad Chord?
No, it's pretty sad. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But I don't want to be. The thing is, I don't want to be sad right now. So, but it is pretty sad.
So we need to go do it.
We need happy chords. We need a little bit of happy chords.
The remix of all our songs in major key.
Oh my god! Have you heard it? When have you heard those? There's someone at some point was doing loads of them, and I remember hearing a few of them. Really famous songs that in a major key, making the minor, doing it digitally, but then like actually taking the original recording and doing it digitally, and then making major songs minor and minor songs major. It's such a mind blowing thing. Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
That's cool.
Let's do it with Dying Black.
I'm trying to think. That would be amazing, actually. Make them all to major, yeah.
Sorrow, it'd be like
yeah, exactly. Sorrow in a major key.
Joy instead or something.
Yeah. Joyful.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I think you should do that and put it on Patreon so that people can listen to.
That's a great idea.
Okay, we could try and do that. Patreon exclusive.
Really cool.
We'll see if we can do it.
All right, episode 31 is full of gold. Any advice for dealing with critics?
Yes.
Ignore them.
I have a but you go ahead.
Well, I think constructive criticism is really helpful. Okay.
Yes.
Non-constructive criticism is not helpful and often comes from a place of fear, vulnerability, jealousy. Why is someone bothering to be negative about you? It's because they're probably jealous of you. You probably make them feel vulnerable because they actually wish they could do what you're doing, and therefore they need to bring it down in some way to make themselves feel better. And once you can remember that, I think it can make you go, actually, I'm probably doing something right because I'm getting criticism. And remembering that the more popular you get, it's a numbers game. The more exposure you get, the more people will come out and criticize you negatively just because there's more people who are aware of you. So it's actually quite a positive sign that once you start getting like trolling and criticism, it's because you're doing something significant that's getting exposure. And I think, I mean, we all have different opinions on this, but I think if someone is like trolling you on your page or whatever, then I guess depending on what it is, you can just ignore it unless your other like good fans are going, this is really upsetting us. We don't want this in our space. Otherwise, I think you can just de-energize it by just ignoring it.
Yeah, I'd say like listen to you have to selectively choose what pieces of criticism you take on. So like if it's matey bloke down the pub saying something to you, that's like, you know, they're not an expert on the industry. If it's someone like, you know, record label says something to you, there's different, you should probably listen. So it's like, but then if, you know, it's just a random hater online, then, you know, don't listen to them. Or,
yeah,
or if it's your parents, then you should. So it's like, depends who it's coming from. That's important.
Yeah, what's the message behind the message?
Yeah.
Why are they saying, why do you think that's being said? And often, as I said, I think it's jealousy and vulnerability. They wish they could do what you could do. And so they can't, so they need to deconstruct it to make themselves feel better.
Yeah,
Well, they did
I've
got no
had
taste.
I've had my fair share of both constructive criticisms and just trolling on my videos, on my pages. And my advice would be, like you said, Ben, just ignore it. Ignore all of them. Keep moving. Keep doing what you're doing. And you just have to have a thick skin as well in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
And constructive criticism, that's something I'm okay with, because I always believe that I can still learn a lot of things. But trolling is, I just ignore it. And I saw this advice from, I think it's the drummer as well. And he said that it's really, really quite important. He said, no one who criticizes you is doing better than you. And every time I get a comment, a negative shit comment, I think about it. Okay, who are you? I look, you're not doing any drumming. You don't have any videos. And then you're telling me I'm shit or I'm doing this wrong or that. So I always think about that statement. No one who's criticizing you is doing better than you, and it makes perfect sense.
Some really great advice from all of us there, I thought.
Yeah, episode 31 was gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really good. Wow. Go us.
Any reflections on that advice, or?
The only thing I've got to to elaborate on what I said is I listened to a podcast recently where the guy on it was saying that sometimes you can actually lean into the criticism you're getting in a way to diffuse it. By sort of saying someone's like criticizing you for something, then you can go almost like respond to the comment, go, oh yeah, thanks for that. So how do you think it should be done better? And then they don't really have a response or an answer.
It's just like your shit, but not
yeah. Good. Thanks for bringing that to the forum. How do you feel that we can? And it just gets shut down because they don't actually have any intelligent way of looking at it. But I love what Vinny said there about no one who criticizes you is doing better than you. And that's so true, because someone who is being super successful, why would they waste their time by watching some other artist's work and dissing it when...
Yeah, they might give you advice and tips, but they probably wouldn't just be like, give it up, boys.
Exactly.
Unless they,
that's why I'm not really affected by all this, the trolls and comments anymore, because I always think about that statement. Yeah. No one who criticizes you is doing better than you. Someone criticizes you, it doesn't matter if it's music industry or any industry. Someone criticizes you, just, okay, what are you doing? Are you better than me? Are you doing something, better in your life? Just ask those things, and the answer is probably plain obvious. You're not doing anything better. So that's why you're here commenting on stuff and criticizing other people, because you're not doing any better.
Good observation, yeah.
Boss, yeah, fuck them.
Okay, this one is a fan favorite. It was specifically mentioned by one of the. I didn't put anyone's name down because I didn't want to but I mean we can tell people on the chat. So if this is,
Can I share something? Because this is actually a little bit of confession, because I didn't know the lyrics until I saw the lyric video. Oh, okay, that's what he's saying.
Maybe we should do more lyric videos then.
Yeah, I couldn't just write them on a Word document and give them to you, video. We have to do a whole lyric video.
I'm pretty sure you sent us the lyrics. I just never read it. So I didn't know. Okay, and then I was busy with other things like the drumming, and I was.
Well, it's loud near the drums, isn't it? You can't really hear it.
So when I watched it, like, oh, okay, that's what he was saying. Oh, really smart, really clever lyrics here.
Yes.
that's why the lyric video was invented, so that drummers could learn the lyrics.
Exactly. Yes.
Vincent?
I need to clear something up. Yeah, it's not that I didn't know the lyrics. I knew what the lyrics. Obviously, it's so freaking obvious. What I meant was I didn't know the whole, lyrics, all of it. Because I'm saying in my head. Obviously, the obvious one. I know. I knew the chorus and stuff. But just to make something clear, let's clear it up. I knew the lyrics. It's just some words I didn't get. Well,
I think it's fair, isn't it? We're focusing on different things. I don't know exactly what the kick pattern is on the mid-section of In Venom.
Yeah.
So
even now, the songs that we're working on, whenever Jaani sends the mix, I really focus on the drums because it's quite crucial at the moment. At this stage, I'm not going to ask you guys for, what do you think of the snare? No, that's my that's my thing. I need
Yeah, you're
to
pretty good
be
at
happy with
handling
it.
the drum stuff.
I need to be happy. I need to check for errors. I need to check, this is a little bit what's happening with that hit and stuff. So
when it's your area of expertise, then you are.
Yeah, and I think everyone also, not just that, also because I know these guys, even Jaani, they're relying on me about the drums and about the drum sound. Same with you guys. I'm relying on the guitars and the bass with you guys. So right at this stage, I'm really just concentrating a lot on the drums. If I hear something weird about the guitars or the vocals, then maybe I'll mention it. But I knew the lyrics. Okay, I knew it. It's just that not all of it, but I knew most of it.
I noticed in that last clip there was no sleeves. Oh no, only sleeves. No vests. Everyone.
And white as well.
Yeah,
two white t-shirt garments.
Very unusual.
Very unusual. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow. Is it winter or something? What's going on?
Yeah, the depths of winter.
Yeah, what's going on?
Brought out these layers.
keep the shoulders just a bit warmer.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What's next, Natalie?
Okay, next is another Ben favourite, which I feel like there is a little bit of a theme going along with Ben's favourite ones here. Calm being your success and being the sock. Well, actually, being the sock was a fan favourite. My bad.
A quite simple technique for helping with sense of anxiety in the moment, which is just to do with breath. Okay, so what you do is you inhale, and I read that you should do it for 12 seconds, but that's quite a long time. So for maybe like 8 to 10 seconds, and then you hold it for about 2 seconds, and then you exhale for 4 seconds. And what that actually does is it oxygenates your body and your brain, and it calms down your amygdala. So it's just something that you can very physically just do. And it can be quite empowering. You just do it rather than, and it physiologically calms you down rather than it being something where you're like, right, I've got to be calmer. How do I do it? All these different meditations and writing exercises. This is, you can just do it in the moment. And I found that I've been doing that more and more on a daily basis. Well, if I just have like 5 minutes at the bus stop or whatever, I think, I'll just do that exercise now. And it's actually really helped me, because a lot of the time I have this just sense of unease, this heart palpitation and like this sort of unease and this sort of sick feeling in this heart. And I don't really know why. I just feel like under pressure, panic. And doing that breathing can really help just reset. And as I said, it's something you can just do. And yeah, I found that to really help. So I'd recommend that. 10 seconds or so or as long as you can do without feeling uncomfortable. 2 seconds holding and then 4 seconds exhaling.
You didn't know, Natalie. So it made me laugh because I could hear the intake of breath when you were telling that story. With Natalie holding her breath to try it out.
Yeah, what do you guys think of that as a technique?
Well, like that, that very learned chap said in the video, whoever he was, it's something that you can just do rather than, I've often found myself previously being like, be more calm. But it's like, no, this is something I could just physically do it. And it's weird the kind of times it comes up. Like yesterday when I was on the internet trying to buy a new fan. This is real. And I was suddenly overwhelmed with all these choices of fans. And I was like, well, I've only given myself 5 minutes to do this fan buying. And now I've got like 72 options. I started to feel really panicked about buying a fan. And so I thought, well, let's just try and do a bit of breathing for a minute. And then I'll look at it again. And that sort of helped ground me in the moment, doing that sort of breathing. And it just being a habit of feeling panicked about stuff and just trying to create a new habit of feeling calm about stuff.
I wish I'd used that earlier when I was trying to type my password in for Zoom.
Well, it's hard, isn't it? Especially when you know there's other people who are waiting and stuff, and you can feel like, oh God. So it's understandable. But
Vincent, what about you?
About a vocal technique.
Well,
just like about
breathing technique.
Yeah.
Oh, the breathing technique. Yeah, I do that. I do that.
Does it calm you down?
Yes, absolutely. Especially if you're having, sometimes having a bad day. Definitely breathing helps a lot. And also, I guess that explains why working out or running or walking helps a lot as well, because you're breathing.
Yeah, that's
calms you down.
I've often found that halfway through a workout, I suddenly start to have solutions for things I've been worried about or new ideas. Like, wow, wouldn't it be really cool to do this? And I guess it's because you're oxygenating your brain and you're not sort of going into fear mode. You're going into like possibility mode. So yeah, I agree with you on that, Vinny.
You can't get many decisions made staring at a computer, but you can when you start to move around and exercise your lungs and your body, right?
Totally.
Adam, what do you think? What do you
my technique
breathing exercises?
when I get annoyed with something is to go and kick the bin. So that's what calms me down.
Kick the bit, yeah, but you can't do that anymore.
I know, because I broke it. I had to go new one. Then I calm right down there. Punch a pillow, kick a bin, and I'll be calm again. I don't need a breathing technique. I just need to get the anger out.
Have you tried breathing technique?
Although that does sound like the work of a heathen and a brute, I actually read something similar recently about how there was this writer I was reading, and she was saying that she would often do stuff like that. She's really annoyed about something. She'd just go punch a pillow for a while, and then it gets it out in a safe space.
Yeah.
It's
then,
rather than
I don't end up breaking anything I have value either.
Yeah, and I think that's good. And I read this other great thing the other day, which was about this guy who said when he starts working, he actually has a couple of minutes where he just shouts expletives.
I can do that, yeah.
And just sort
in
of
the office, no.
I imagine he works from home,
Okay.
but he was saying that sort of sets a foundation of getting things flowing, and just
It's like warming up for acting,
expurging,
right?
yeah, expurging kind of tension, and then he feels right, where? Now let's do it.
It's like the thick of it or something.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing, actually. And I also found the other day, by doing it by mistake, but it was actually felt really good, is throwing a block of ice on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, smash something, but it's not delicate.
It feels like smashing something, but it doesn't damage anything. It doesn't cause any dangerous shards on the floor. But if you've got ice cubes in your freezer and they're all bunched up into a block, but then also if you do it when they're in the bag, some of them go everywhere. The rest of them then you can drink.
Love that.
Great.
I also find that for me, boxing helps a lot because I'm working out. You're kind of punching and imagining hitting something or someone.
Yeah.
And it really relieves stress and calms me down. And
And you're
also
getting workout at the same time.
getting workout and also learning how to fucking defend myself in case someone comes at me and boom, knock him
Actually,
out.
that's
Bosh.
ticks 5 boxes, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Pun intended.
boxing.
Great, I might check that up. Have you guys
not.
ever seen those rage rooms?
Oh, well, wait, someone you can just go and smash a load of shit up.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
they've
that's
made
wicked
these
fun.
they're like escape rooms, but they're not escape rooms. They just set up sets where you can go and you can pay some money, and they give you a bat or whatever your choice of weapon is. You go in the room and you've got half an hour to smash as many old computers and
that's wicked
bits
fun.
of machinery that don't work anymore as you can.
That looks wicked fun, man. I love to smash it up. So yeah,
It's quite interesting.
different ways of staying calm.
Yeah. But the end result is the same. I think they're all valid, actually. I think they're all very useful. Okay. So we're going back now to episode 20, another Ben favourite, The Final Boss of Music. I retitled it.
Really important point with being a career as a musician and successful band. There is if you want to be a CEO of a company, there is an end point. There's a target. Being successful in a band or a musician, there is no real end point. There's no goal. Be when I've got to this point, then I'll think I'm successful. No, it's a constantly moving goal and target, which is actually quite helpful in the way that it means you keep going. But it's quite frustrating in the terms that there aren't these points you can check off.
You wouldn't want there to be, because
No,
you've
well,
all
wouldn't
just
that?
told us just today that you're all absolutely obsessed with creating
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
you've got these ideas that have to come out of your brains. And so when if you had to stop, then that would be really tragic. So so there is no stopping. And
Well, it's not just about stopping, but having these,
or winning or coming to the end,
Yeah,
or being
yeah.
suddenly, this is it now, you've won music, go and retire.
You've won all the music.
You see it you won all the music. You see it sometimes with older bands where they've already made their career, they've made their money or whatever, and whenever they go out they play, but they still keep creating albums. Why? Because they like doing it. They're creatives. And
So
they
many people touring in their 70s and 80s now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just they can't imagine what they would not. Why would they not do it? And they get bored and they'd just be sat at home wishing they were doing it.
Oh, we've got a couple of albums in us then, mate. It's true. True facts. I think the word I was trying to look for was there's no sort of career milestones. promotions. Like if you're at a job, it'd be easier to see you're progressing because you get, promote in your role. Whereas music is, it's just a transient thing.
Yeah, and it's such an official validation of it. You have now been promoted to this. Yeah. Oh wow. Whereas with this, it's like how do you quantify those milestones? And you have to create your own quantifying moments of. And I guess for us, it's stuff like releasing singles or EPs or whatever. But even so, there isn't that same sense of obvious escalation as there is with the promotion.
And you have to keep being self-driven. It's not like you're in a job which has a path. You have to make your own path, which is more challenging but more fun, more free, but more intensive.
Why this clip for you, Ben?
What, the one we just watched?
Yeah.
Because I think that's such a great observation that Adam made about for people to try and understand it a bit more from the outside as well, of what it's like to be in the position we are, where we are pushing forward. And it's the idea of the creation is the motivating force rather than what's at the end. What's the result? It's the doing of it and the enjoyment of the doing of it that keeps us doing it. Because there aren't those obvious promotions or CEO goals.
Yeah, man.
It's sometimes better actually, because then you can see your own progress rather than have to wait. Because sometimes you don't get a promotion if you deserve one, and you're waiting for one for a long time, and for whatever reason the company doesn't want to pay you extra. So
I think it depends on your personality type and if you need this sort of security or not. I mean, there's not much security doing it this way, like there would be if you had a normal job.
And again, what you've
it's all up to you, basically. You make it not on your own back.
A lot of people consider it to be secure. So it's more security to be free and doing what you want to do, rather than having your mind hijacked by a company that you work for that's not necessarily what you want to do.
Yeah, so I guess it depends on what your own personal take on work and stuff is.
Financial security versus creative security.
Yeah, well, exactly. Try and make them both.
Until you make them both, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're sort of, maybe that's the time you made it as a musician, when you've got both.
Maybe.
Cool. What's next?
Episode 31 again.
31's a banger.
I think my advice would be just to love what you do, because there's a lot of frustrations in this career, in this industry. And if you don't love what you do, you probably just give up straight away, really quickly. And so you have to love what you do.
That's a really good way of looking at it for you, the whole love what you do, because that's the one thing that will always be there if you're really passionate about it and will motivate you. And I've found that I've been on tours where it has been of a, higher level in terms of the comfort and in terms of the, the standard of it. But I've actually perhaps enjoyed a tour more that's been on a much lower scale, but I've been more passionate about the music, and I've got a better relationship with the people around me. And I think one of the things that I think really I've discovered recently is that as long as the show itself, whether it be a half-hour show or a 90-minute show, is something that you're really, really excited about, everything else in the day you can get through. It doesn't matter because you get the reward of the show being something really special and exciting that you wanted to do your whole life.
It sort of carries on from what we were saying in the last one, really.
Yeah, nice segue.
Quite deep there. Deep conversation.
31's a deep episode, man.
Yeah, if you haven't watched 31, thoroughly recommend it. It's a really good one. We should do another one like that. Definitely. Maybe next one.
I have to try and be sensible.
No, because it's funny as well. It's just that we picked out the poignant moments. It's got everything.
Cool.
It's got everything.
Fair enough.
Cool. Episode 37 now, a little bit further forwards. Growing from experiences.
We're always sent on these little side quests where we learn these little lessons, and there's you add some sort of self-discovery to that, or confidence, or you keep growing as a person, which I think as human beings, that's just a flipping cool thing to think about, like how much we grow so much every day, every month, every year.
Every experience you have. Yeah. And if you notice something from that, you take something from it, then a lot of people will have experiences and not notice anything.
Yeah.
and not take it and think, oh, I could learn something from this.
Absolutely.
Whereas like, even if something bad happens to you, it's like, what can I learn from this? Like, find the thing you can learn, and then you'll grow, and then it won't be such a bad thing anyway.
Absolutely. I mean, even in the moment, if you have to have that like scream, cry, whatever, get it out of your system, like then come back to the feeling of it, like, actually, what did I learn from this? What can I take from this? How do I reframe this? Which again has been something that I've tried to do for myself. I'm such an overly emotional person that I guess in the past I've let my emotions take over when I've had knockbacks and disappointments and stuff like that. And now me being older and more comfortable in my skin and realizing who I am a lot more, I'm able to kind of maybe in the moment get that frustration out a little bit and then come back to it and be like, actually, no, this was a good thing because I learned this, this and this, and I can take this forward with me now.
Turn something negative into something positive.
Absolutely.
That's literally the theme.
That's the theme of our podcast.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this was great because Chloe just started naturally talking about everything that you guys talk about on the podcast, which is why I felt it was important to include.
Yeah, good choice that. And I think that the message there is when something happens that's challenging or unfortunate, you just think, how can this help me? So what I read once, rather than why is this happening to me, it was why is this happening for me? Is an interesting spin that you can take on like a difficult circumstance. What can I get from this experience? And I think that's kind of what she's saying there.
What's one you always say, Natalie, about like I don't have to do this, I get to do this or something?
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
Don't have to do it, don't get to do it, and this isn't hard. It's important. So instead of thinking, oh, this is really hard, think, well, if it was easy, then it would be less important to your growth because you already know how to do it. So if it's hard, then you have to figure it out because it's important to your growth.
We should write down a little list of our reframing mantras.
Nice.
I mean, you've done it on some t-shirts before. Cool.
How many have we got left? We're going quite
Not
long.
many.
It's quite a long episode.
Now. We're almost there. Yeah. Okay, this was a funny one.
Oh, good.
So this one is this is our Hellfest one. It's the first time we had a special guest.
Oh, cool.
Black sitting together on the couch.
Hello.
Hey, that beard.
We'll see about that later. Where this ends up going, I don't know.
We've just come straight off the back of Hellfest.
That's right.
Yeah. How was it, guys?
That was wicked, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. We had a blast, and it was definitely one of my favorite summer festivals.
Welcome to British Thunder
Hey.
So how was it playing at Hellfest with Diamond Black yesterday?
It was really fun. It was my first Hellfest experience. I've never been to the festival as an audience member or as a musician. And it was really, really fun. It was a great crowd, really nice day to be out there. It was really sunny, really warm. I like sunny and warm days. Perfect for me. Great weather, great crowd, and great bunch of guys.
Right.
We were just singing your praises about being a great tour manager as well.
It's been a nightmare for me. Don't trust me.
Well, one of the things that makes you such a great tour manager is that you're a musician, so you see it from both sides. You know what a band needs in those sort of situations, what it feels like to be a band in those situations.
No, that's right. Yeah, and I think when you're out on the road, when you spend so many years out on the road, it's sort of you understand what you expect as a musician, and because a lot of people just don't realize, they just expect you to turn up and do it, right? And they think that you're just gonna rock up with your guitar and turn up on stage, but there's like so much work that happens backstage, and just the ability of understanding that, I think it's vital for any musician on the road.
A disaster was averted on the first night when you thought you were going to have to perform in shorts.
That's right, and I think that.
Oh no!
Those shorts were Adamson, and they were really, really tight. Because I'm used to wearing tight trousers. They definitely squeezed the high notes out of that solo. It's like all the pinch harmonics.
I've got nothing to add to that. That's just great.
I think it's self-explanatory. So
I like Vince's beard.
Yeah, I lost it now.
Yeah. I remember that was a really hard one because we filmed that in the morning. And then I had to edit it by the evening when it went out. And so I had to find this little cafe and wherever we were staying, I can't remember what it was. Nonce.
Bloody hell.
Not Nonce, was it? Somewhere like that. and then try and find enough bloody internet to upload it in time, which is challenging. So yeah, that was a good episode. Good episode.
I think Freddie makes a great point about tour management and the effort that goes into all the touring, and the reason I left that clip in there was because I just wanted to kind of alert people's attention to the tour that you're going to do very shortly.
Yes. We're really excited about.
Good segue there. Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to start next month, isn't it? So very exciting.
I'll put the dates on the screen.
And all the work that is currently going on behind the scenes to get that to happen as well. Let's not forget to shout out to the street team that we have on Discord and the wonderful work that is going on there with posters going up on walls and people getting involved in that. So thank you everyone on the Discord.
They got some wicked shout out from CJ Wildheart.
We did get a wicked shout out from you. You got a wicked shout out from CJ Wildheart. I keep saying we. Yeah, that's great.
Yes, thank you, stream team. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and it was great seeing those photos that you guys have taken of the posters and flyers and things that you put up in your local shops and stuff. That's so cool for us to see that in the country where we're going to be playing, there's stuff going on. So thank you.
Oh, and I've designed some stickers. I just got to figure out how to get them to everyone.
Nice.
That's great. I'll be doing that next.
So big shout out to Claire for all of your hard work in getting people to put posters up and getting a wonderful shout out from CJ Wildheart.
Yeah, that's awesome. Woo! Wait, I'll give you a clap.
Okay, and this one's the fun one. This is a fan favourite.
Yeah.
I think I can speak for everyone now and say, please tell me this still exists.
Well, what happened was that many years later, I then decided for my brother's birthday, as a surprise, I was going to finally make the video. I was going to make it exactly the way we'd always wanted it to be. The way we'd visioned it, the way we'd dreamt of. So I found the VHSs, I got it digitized, I then edited together the three. So now that means I actually had 3 different runs of it, because as you can imagine, each run was completely linear. We'd go in and we'd just film it all in one, like you said, Adam, going around with the camcorder and hoping that it was pointed at the right things at the right time. But now I had 3 versions, 3 failed versions to cut together. Yeah. And I redid the song with the musical knowledge and the technology that I had at this point when I was, this was 2015. And finally put it together, got a really good singer to actually sing the parts. I played all the parts, programmed the drums, made it sound as much like the original Def Leppard recording I could, but with this new vocal performed by Henry of Night by Night, who could sing it in that style. So it finally sounded like the way we'd always wanted it to sound, that we dreamed it could sound. Then this really tricky bit was...
That's the best present ever.
The hardest bit was because the version that we'd recorded in 1993 had no click track. It wasn't on a grid. It was just completely random.
Amateurs.
Right? So I then had to match the footage to the on the grid version that I'd recorded in 2015, which mostly seems to fit. But there's bits where it doesn't, but it's okay because the whole aesthetic of it is that it's a bit shit, anyway. And then I presented it to my brother as a Christmas or birthday present, and he was just blown away. He couldn't believe that it existed.
This is incredible.
And
that's awesome.
It's one of my proudest moments, because my brother and I were in the video with our mate Rob, and our mate Ben was filming it. Rob didn't really have a part other than running around with a sword. And my brother was singing it, and he was like, right, let's make, even at that age, he understood about parody. He was like, let's make this as stupid as possible. I'm going to wear a ridiculous woolen tank top and my biggest, stupidest glasses. And he had our school tie wrapped around his head like a kind of Mark Knopfler Dire Straits head.
Nice.
To tell the story and say, gonna Christopher come to play. Take all sorts of things. Oh, they all went on a picnic, and Jeffrey lost his shoe. I'm glad the yellow cup. Zippy had the blue.
Lyrics is great.
That's my brother. That was so well put together, Nat. Well done.
Yes.
If you want to see that full video, join a YouTube as a member, and you can see it on there. If you want,
Brilliant.
Watch it. Members
Thank you.
exclusive.
It was really. I wanted to put more on there, but I also wanted to just leave it as a teaser, because if you haven't seen that episode, you probably don't know what this is about at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, now you know how it came to be. But there's probably a few questions. But yeah, Vincent, you weren't there at that episode.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Obviously.
Do you have any questions?
No, I was just admiring the video and the music. Sounds freaking awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yes.
Yeah, sign up as a YouTube member and you can watch it today.
So Ben, this is one of your proudest moments.
Yeah. Yeah, it still is. Still is, because
It's really good. It's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, it still is, because it was so many years in the making, and it was such an undertaking as well to get it done. And interestingly, now I look back, I realize that at that time I was going through something in my personal life that was really, really stressful, and making that video really helped me have a focus and a creative outlet and something funny and fun and doing that. And I remember how much being creative and productive like that helped me at that time.
That's
Very
great.
nice.
It really shows how much you love doing it as well when you watch it. So yeah, it's nice to have that little backstory to it. That's why I've singled that particular bit out, because the fan favorite was the video, obviously. But I wanted to highlight the explanation of how it came to be and what a lovely present it was.
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome.
Nice.
Now, this one's self-explanatory.
Don't like the look. I hate the weather forecast so much. It's so annoying, right? And I don't mean like knowing what the weather is. I mean on TV, the weather forecast. It's such a waste of my life, right? It's on before any decent show you want to watch. You're just forced to watch it with your parents when you're like 10, and they always care about it. And it's like, it's on all the time, right? And I don't care what the weather's like in places that I'm not, right? Sorry, Scotland, but I don't care what the weather's like in Scotland when I'm in London, right? It's just so infuriating. It's like, and it's so vague, and they get it wrong all the time, right? And it's like, if I was traveling, well, then I'd be in a car or a train or something, so I don't care what the weather's like anyway. If I was going to like an outdoor event, well, I'm not gonna cancel it because of the weather forecast. It'll just, maybe I'll take an umbrella. But also, I live in England, right? In winter, it's cold. In summer, it's warm. Like, I don't need you to tell me this shit. It annoys me so much. Right? My nan would watch it all the time, and she didn't even leave the home, right? It's like, it's just the weather forecast just has wasted so much of my life. These little 5-minute increments of wasted life, they just annoy me so much. There's no redeeming thing, right? And also, it's still on telly now, right? I've got an app. I've got a window. I've got a fucking window, right? If I want to know what the weather's like, I'll look out the window, right? Or if I really care, then I've got, Apple Weather or whatever. But I don't care, because it's all rubbish. And they get it wrong. Fucking Michael Fish. My opinion hasn't changed. I'm actually going on holiday next week, and my mum's like, I wonder what the weather will be like. I'm like, we'll find out when we get there. There's no point checking. It'll be the same as this.
That is one of the most passionate single pieces of monologue I've ever seen you deliver. It's like it was scripted. Because wow, that was brilliant.
Yeah, pretty awful one.
It's like It's like Adam's been keeping it inside him for
It felt like that, didn't it?
100 years or something.
Yeah,
100 million years.
Burst. Yeah, it just had to come out eventually. Finally had my 2 cents.
Sorry, Scotland.
Fuck 'em. But I don't care. If I'm not there, then I don't care what the weather's like. Well, I don't have to know the whole bloody country. Just tell me where I am. Unless I'm travelling. And then I start. I'll sign off.
That's right.
And then,
It's kicking off.
but you are travelling.
Yeah, but what can I do about it? What can I do about it?
When you're on
Can't change it
tour
anyway,
and you're
so what's
going
the
to
point?
different cities on different days, you need to know what the weather's going to
Why?
be like. When you're
Why? Why do I need to know?
Well, if you're driving.
Well, why?
Got
window
you don't need to know-
wipers.
I get it. I agree. You don't need to know it on the TV. Like, it doesn't need to interrupt your TV program to bring you a bulletin of the weather. I get that. I think you can just look it up. If people need to know the weather, they can look it up.
Is it because our weather in this country is so mild that it doesn't really make a difference? Whereas in perhaps, if there was severe weather warnings, it would actually be
if
important.
it's a storm and a dangerous thing, then maybe hit me up then.
But
You
here
know,
in
like
England,
when there's
it's
storm,
like
whatever, Storm Barbara's coming.
Yeah,
and
fuck
so we
Barbara.
need to know that
Yeah, but it's bollocks.
Storm Barbara's going to rip your roof off.
But here it's, there's going to be some light drizzle and some sunny spells.
Yeah, that's the same every day. It's England.
Yeah, fair play.
All right, cool.
There you go.
Don't wind me up.
I particularly like how goth Adams looked in the last two episodes.
Well,
two
we're
clips,
back
by
here.
the way.
Oh,
I
and
like
the-
this. I like the Halloween
yeah.
shirt, and I sort of I like in this one this kind of like
I've got like a
this look. It's
It's gone a bit what we do in the
Chalice.
shadows on that one.
I've
Yeah,
got a bit
Yeah.
of chalice.
Yeah,
I've got
cool.
makeup on as well. That's what
gone a bit Nandor from what we do in the shadows. I like it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's quite decadent.
Right. There you go. That's actually what
Was
we're
that
time
it?
for.
Oh,
well
yeah.
done. That was a
That's the way to
fantastic
do it.
compilation.
Oh,
Nat.
thanks for ending by winding me up.
That was
That's
definitely
really
on
fun.
purpose.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was really fun. Thank you for everyone that suggested clips, and thank you for watching all 50 episodes so far of Diamond.
Yeah,
Club.
guys.
Yeah, thanks very much.
I have to do another compilation when we get to 100.
I'm not doing this again.
Thank you, Nat, for
No,
putting
I
that
won't.
together. That was very time consuming, I'm sure. So thank you. And well chosen parts as well. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's you. You choose most of them, and then we had some from.
That's why he said well chosen parts.
So,
Oh, yeah. Well done, B.
well done, Ben. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah, no, that's great. It's actually they actually came together to make quite a good show. So
Yeah, good.
it was quite fun. I hope you guys have fun watching it because I've had fun sitting here talking about
Cool.
it. So yeah,
Cool.
lovely.
Next week we'll be talking
And
about
sloppy
the
as well.
EP and the tour. So
Yeah, so
Exciting
so
stuff.
you might tune in next week when Diamond Black might be revealing a secret.
wait.
What's the secret? What's the secret? Why do you keep
Can you
saying?
guess what it is?
Why do you keep saying secret? I don't.
We'll find out next week. Right. See you later, guys. Please
Nice one,
like and
dudes.
subscribe. Do the usual. Bye. Bye.